Hi guys, welcome to another card reading. Today I'm going to tap into what you need to know right now, and I have two piles. Pile number one is going to be ancient ruins. Pile number two is going to be energy fields. So I'll just let you tune into them. This is one, and then this is two. Okay. All right, so we will begin with pile number one. So from the Ancient Ruins card, the first thing that comes to me is things that happened in your past. Oh, you know what? As I look at this card, I see several things. First, I notice butterflies. The second thing I notice is mushrooms. The butterflies feel to me like transformation, like you have really transformed a lot as a person from whatever the difficult circumstances that happened in your past. It could even be in your childhood or even when you were very young. And the mushrooms, what those represent to me is like seeing a new perspective. And these mushrooms are glittery and kind of sparkly. So it's like you do see the higher perspective of this, but I feel like there's still some part of you that is seeing the shambles and seeing the ruins. So maybe, I feel like mentally you're like, yeah, okay, that happened and you're like fine with it, but maybe sometimes emotionally you have some residual like stuff that comes up from whatever event that happened that was difficult, or it could just be, you know, from your childhood in general. So, I have multiple cards for you here. I pulled Lost Soul, Mother, and Architect. So what I'm getting from this is, you know, if you didn't receive properly from your mother or a caretaker, or maybe there was a situation where you were supposed to feel supported in some way and you didn't, that's what I'm getting with this Mother card. Here's Moss. Moss is a mother because Moss had twinkles. So Moss is bringing the mother energy. So something about this mother energy here, it's kind of like on one side we have the lost soul, seeker of clarity, confusion, struggle, you know, and then on the other side we have the Architect card, which is weaver, blueprints, planning, and construction. So it's like, I feel like you must oscillate between these two things because of whatever is going on with this mother vibe here. So it's like sometimes you're like, oh, I can build this thing and I can move forward and I can do this, and then other times you're like, no, I can't do it, everything's terrible, I'm sad, right? It's in that energy of this is very difficult, this is very struggling, like because this thing happened in the past, like I don't know how to move forward, okay? So I get the energy of oscillating back and forth between those two. And then I get, you have special gifts, never surrender to normal and feel what you feel. So I'm feeling like maybe there's some residual like emotional energy that hasn't been resolved about this situation. And part of you is like, no, I don't want to go back there again. I've already been there so many times, like there's no need to revisit. But I do feel like maybe going back there like just one last time might be okay. But if you were to do that, I would be very specific and I'd be like, okay, universe, we're just going to do this one last time. You know, we're not going back again. Is there anything else that I need to get about this situation or I need to understand? And like, then that's it. Okay? But it is okay for you to feel what you feel. You don't have to deny your feelings. And also, just because you feel them doesn't mean that you have to like, it doesn't mean that your life is going to devolve or go back. Like, it's okay to be like, no, even though maybe what happened was kind of normal or it's happened to a lot of people, it doesn't mean you have to accept it. It doesn't mean it has to be okay. So we also have restaurant and roof. So what I'm getting from these is, I like to translate these into like metaphors or emotions. So when you're in a situation with other people and maybe it's triggering up or bringing up some of the emotions, what I'm getting with the roof card is just to have like a higher view perspective and to really like zoom out on the situation, and that will help you feel a lot better. So I did pull some tarot cards for you guys. I pulled the Two of Pentacles, which I would put down except Moss is in the way. Okay, so Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So you're wanting to start a new project, you're wanting to move forward on things, And with the Emperor card, I'm feeling like it might be like your own independent project, your own independent thing. But what I'm getting from this whole reading is like maybe you've had trouble with support or trouble with trusting yourself. So you're very torn. It's hard for you to move forward because on one hand with this High Priestess card, it's like your intuition is telling you move forward on this thing, move forward on this thing, right? And you're like, this is what I really want to do. It's almost like this is what your heart wants to do, but like you're juggling too much, it's too much. It's like, but it's almost like maybe I need to do this emotional thing before I move forward on the project, or can I just like move forward on the project? Like, I'm not sure. We have the Star card and the Moon card. And what I'm getting with this is like, so with the Emperor card, I'm getting being in charge of whatever this new project is, whatever it is that you want to start, and whatever like undertaking you want to do. It is going to bring you a lot of balance, and you'll feel a lot more clarity in that. But there's some sort of like emotional conflict. And with the Justice card, what I'm getting about that is you're like, it's just some sort of like, but it's not fair, or like, it's like, why is this so hard? I wish I could have more support, or I wish I could have more help with this. Other people have more help with this. It's really not fair. And that energy kind of feels like it's coming from a little bit with whatever the ruins were, right? The ancient ruins, whatever the residual emotion is about whatever happened in the past. It's like, but it wasn't fair, right? And so I feel like that emotional pattern, let's just call it a pattern, it's a temporary pattern. It's like stopping you from like moving forward full force, because there's like these emotional things that are, I think, taking up a lot of your energy, and it's making it harder for you to move forward. So I do feel like you are able to sometimes move into like an overview situation about it, but I feel like you need to be more clear. We also have the Four of Pentacles, so there's some sort of like hesitation and not moving forward completely. So let's ask, what else do you need to know about this? How can you clear this? How can you feel free? So we have the World card and the Hierophant card. So the World card is ending. What I am getting about this is, it's like you have the power to end it, right? And I know that it doesn't feel that way. I know sometimes when you're in the middle of something, it's like annoying when somebody says, you can just decide to make it done. And it's like, no, dude, like I'm having this problem. But on another note, you can say, I choose that it's done even though I don't know how it's done. I choose that it's done, and I choose for it to transform, and it has to transform. And I choose to do the quickest thing that I need to do in order to transform it. We have the Magician card. You can absolutely move forward. You can transform it, and you can feel emotionally whole, 100%. Right? I feel like with this Hierophant card here, you do need to use your power in order to change it. So let me ask you, what knowledge or information do you already know, or do you already have tucked back in your memory bank that you can use to transform this subject, okay? So something might be, like for instance, I was, upset about something not that long ago, and then I stopped, I was like, okay, wait, how can I change this? And then, I've read all John Gray's books, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and so I went back into my head, and I was like, whoa, he has a forgiveness letter, he has like a love letter, right? So I found the love letter and I did it. I did not send it to the person, I just did it to get the feelings out, to clear it, and then I did a cord cutting ceremony, and that was how I cleared and transformed that subject. So what tools do you have in your toolbox that you've already used, that you already know work, right? So you can just clear and just like wash away this whole it's really just like a little bit of residual energy of, needing support, not being able to move forward because you didn't feel like you got the support you needed in the past. And then there's this like energy of like frustration, of like, or like maybe even a little bit of resentment, but I don't feel like it's like huge. I feel like it's a little. So it's really just the universe trying to help you, you have the power, you have the key to your own door is like what I'm hearing. Like you have the key to unlock this door. When you're little, or whenever the circumstances were difficult for you, you didn't have the key, you now have the key, and they're like, hey, hello, hi, we've been telling you to put the key in the door and unlock it, right? So let's ask one more thing. Let's see what happens after you put this key in the door. how do things go for you when you're on the other side of this thing, because this thing is temporary. Oh, Queen of Swords. It's like standing in your power and taking command. And then we have the Empress and the Sun. Oh my goodness. So great. All right. So like you just saying, okay, you know what? This is done now, putting a stop to this. It allows you to receive and allows you to like feel nurtured. And the Sun card is the card of success. Okay. So yeah. Whoops. Which card did I flick out? I flicked out the Sun card, so I guess they're really wanting to emphasize the idea of success. Yes, if you do the thing you know how to do to let go of whatever the residual energy is, you will be successful. And then you're just going to be able to receive. That's what the Empress is. The Empress energy is she's like sitting on her throne, she's in her garden, she's surrounded by abundance, like she is holding a scepter, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be more receptive and more in that receiving energy. And if you are a woman, it'll allow you to be more in your feminine energy. Although this is not a gender-specific reading. Moss, I'm sorry. Sit down. Okay. That was pile number 1. Okay, let's go to pile number 2. Let me put my cards back in here. Okay. All right, so pile number 2, energy field. You get back what you put out into the universe. And Twinkle's is sitting over there and he is ignoring us. All right, so energy field. What I notice about this card is this sky looks like it's a fractal, right? Overlaid, almost like the Truman Show, right? So it's like really showing you that, you know, we are in a holographic matrix. We are in a holographic reality right now. I am part of the matrix. I am your subconscious talking to you through the screen. And so, okay, I picked oracle cards, but let me go ahead and pull some, whoop, wanted to come out. 6 of Cups, nostalgia about the past. So one thing I will say, first thing coming to me, if you are focusing on the past and you're like thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, you're just imprinting your past on the now. You're imprinting it on the now, right? Every time you bring it back up and you're like running that loop in your head, you're just re-imprinting reality right now. Because everything is a projection. Everything is a projection of what is going inside of you. It is just pushed out outside of you. Okay. What I'm getting for you all next is okay, so we have the Hangman, the Knight of Cups, the Tower, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, the Hangman is all about seeing things from a different perspective, like completely orienting your view around and seeing things differently. So, you know, if you keep thinking a specific, I'm hearing this like really clearly, if you keep thinking a specific thing about your past, like, oh, because I came from a background like X, therefore I can't succeed. Or, oh, because I had the experience of X, therefore it's going to be harder for me. Okay, so whatever this like continual thinking is that you have going on, you're thinking about it all the time and you're not even noticing it. Okay, so just see if you can like allow it to just click in your head what that thing is, okay? So that is kind of like what they're showing me. It's kind of like guiding your actions unconsciously a little bit with the Knight of Cups, right? And they want you to like see things differently with this Hangman card. You've got to see things differently. And then ask like, how else can I see the past, or how can I reframe the past so it empowers me instead of brings me down? I can already tell you guys, I'm this pile. I'm clearly pile 2. The next card is the Tower and the 2 of Pentacles. So what's happening is it's like you're projecting on your reality. It's going to be harder. It's not going to work. Like if I move forward, I'm going to be overwhelmed. I'm going to have too much to do. I'm not going to be able to handle it. because in the past you had that association. So what's happening is you're like broadcasting that onto your future, but they're really wanting you to see it's completely not true. The Temperance card has fallen out, the World and the Five of Pentacles. It's time to end this perception of like lack and stagnation and things not working and that they're hard. So any stories like that, they really need to go. You know, and it's kind of this feeling with the Temperance card of like, allow yourself to receive. Like, can you allow it to be easy? Can you just allow everything to just unfold? Can it just like be okay? That you can just be like, okay, I'm just making a decision now that I'm going to stop allowing this previous thing to define me, and I'm really going to allow myself to move forward. So the oracle cards that I called are, I have a 30-day challenge and You Are Charming. So what I'm feeling with the You Are Charming card is it's like time for you to step out, step forward, and do the thing that like you're being called to do. So somehow be visible, somehow take the next step, like somehow be more out instead of like so much internal, and maybe give yourself a challenge to do that, right? So like every day you're going to take one step towards it, or every day you're going to do a short, or every day you're going to do a video, or every day you're going to do a whatever, like fill in the blank, or every day I'm going to go to the gym, you know, or every day I'm going to go outside and do breathing for 15 minutes, like whatever your thing is. But they're really wanting you to like challenge yourself to just move out of the box you're in and move forward. Even if it's one step, it's like we're going to give you the next step and the next step and the next step. And the other cards I pulled are Scorching Lands, Lake, and Ship. What I'm getting from Scorching Lands is this, like, it feels to me like difficulty, this is hard, unable to move forward, almost like it's this like wall. It's like, no, but I can't move forward because of like these things. Okay, and this is what I'm getting from like this like nostalgic Six of Cup card as well. Okay, so the next card that I have are Tranquil Waters and Reflections. And what I'm getting from that is like going inside of yourself and being still within you. You can see what's actually true, and you can feel what's actually true. And in the stillness, you know that this wall, these scorching lands, this difficult situation is really just like, I feel like it just like doesn't need to be anymore. Like it's just like, you just allow it to just like go. It's just not necessary. And in the stillness, you can feel truth reflected back to you. I also feel like being in some sort of water would be extremely helpful, whether it's a bath, or if you can go to the lake or a stream as well. And then we have Maritime Adventure, Nautical Journeys, and Sailing Vessels. This can mean a couple of things. It feels either like taking a meditation, maybe doing a shamanic journey on YouTube, maybe it's visiting a past life and like seeing like what it is that is holding you back. There are past life, recordings on YouTube. If you want to go into that, I strongly do feel that would probably actually help you a lot. And you can, depending on what kind of brain stage, you can like sit up, do the meditation, and like remember. Like I can do that. All right, so we have Vendor, and then we also have Volunteer. With the Volunteer, it's a selfless devotion, willingness, dedication, and this girl is holding a bunny. And what I'm feeling about this is like, take time to really enjoy things. Like, it's that whole like slow living movement, right? Like when you're eating something, just like have complete devotion to what you're eating, like really taste it, like really like notice it, like really connect with your senses, really connect with the world around you. You know, if you're outside with a tree, like really be present with the tree and notice it, and notice the bark and notice the leaves and like tune into its energy. Just be like so present. And this feels to me like with a Volunteer card feels like take time to just like engaged with the magic or with like the sensory experience, like having no goal in mind, like just like being present feels really important here. The vendor card, you know what I'm getting as I tune into that card? I'm getting this energy of like we always have to be doing something, or we always have to be going somewhere, or you can only do something, like don't do that thing unless you're going to make money for it. Like very much in American society, it's everything has to be monetized, and it's like, I mean, not against money, but like not everything is for that. You know, some moments are meant just to be present, and it doesn't need to be productive. It doesn't, like, you don't need to get anything from the moment. With the volunteer card, it's like, I'm getting the vibe of like, you just do it because you like to do it. Just give yourself permission to do the thing that you actually want to do. Give yourself permission. Because see, what's happening here, okay, it's all clicking. What's happening here is like meditating on the past and like, okay, well that happened, and because of that happened, like this is hard and it's going to be difficult, or I might be overwhelmed moving forward. It's like being in your head and like not as much in the body, and like what it's creating is this whole like, but this is hard, but this is hard, but this is hard. But with this energy field card, what you're saying is true is then what is reflected back to you. Like you saying this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, or this is taking a while, this is taking a while, this is taking a while, just create circumstances and events that make it hard, and just create circumstances and events that make it take a while. Ask me how I know this, right? So like when you are in the deliciousness of the moment and you're like enraptured with the tree or the cat or whatever, you know, that's when you're present. And when you're present, all your power is there. And it's like, you know, there's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do, and everything is available to you when you're in that like place. And it's like the story drops away. All right, let me see what else they want to tell you. And I'm really hearing that when you are in presence, you will get like what to do next. We got 3 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Presence is going to bring to you all the things you are desiring and wanting to connect to, right? You're going to suddenly be able to see the vision. And with the 3 of Cups, the sky is in water. When you are in water, you know, if you want to get in the bathtub or listen to rain sounds on YouTube, or just like, in whatever way you can be present with water, you can get the vision and you can see the next thing, right? And it's like, you'll understand how to bring these energies together and how to create what you're looking for. And it's just like not going to be like that hard. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the Justice card. Like you'll see just like this clear map. So this 3 of Pentacles card, I'm getting the complete opposite energy of this Tower card, right? So being in presence, being in your body, being in connection with yourself, and the water can help you do that. Being in connection with your true, authentic emotions and desires is going to allow you to see like the divine plans that, you know, your subconscious is going to give you the divine plans to carry out what you want. And you're not going to be in this Tower energy anymore of like, why isn't it working, and why is everything kind of just like dismantling a little bit, you know what I mean? So yeah, energy field, you get back what you put out into the universe, right? Stillness and presence will bring more stillness and presence, which will bring visions, which will bring more connection with the 2 of Cups, which will bring the 3 of Pentacles, which will bring plans and understanding of how to bring about your vision. But it starts with connecting to yourself, connecting to your true authentic desires, and connecting to your presence. Okay? Alrighty. Let's see. The tarot decks I used today are the Phantom Tarot deck. I also, the Place Oracle, the Character Oracle, and Practical Self-Care Oracle cards. Those, actually, I think I got all of them in this one. And this reading was brought to you by the Moss, who is just the cutest little kitty in the whole world. Okay. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.